Hi guys, man, welcome back. With the new release of the Christmas Nemu, I have to say that, man, she is one of my favorite units that came out this year. And not just because it's a Nemu, that's of course the main priority, you know, number one, of course. But the second thing is because it's an auto attacker unit, a normal attacker, that is actually good, right? That is well designed and very fun to play, very enjoyable to play. I would love to see more units designed like this. Now, when, you know, just looking at the unit and stuff like that, basic skills and, you know, basic knowledge about it, she's a Quincy killer, ranged normal attacker with a normal attack damage 35% assault rate. Regarding the damage and the kit and stuff like that, we have a second skill with a booster that is going to increase our team attack, defense and focus by 44%. We have a special gauge effect. When the gauge is full, we're going to have access to 100% normal attack damage and an additional flurry as well. And also there are other utility effects on the unit as well, such as complete immunity for herself, so you don't really need to worry about like giving any type of immunity to the unit regardless what you play. And also sharpshooter, meaning that you can use her in any type of mission as well. There are no restrictions. And if you don't know, sharpshooter is also ignoring the ranged guard, not just the ranged resistance. We do have access to poise, which is of course always a quality of life when playing a normal attacker. I don't really think there are normal attackers nowadays that are coming out without poise. I might be mistaken here, but I think this is a very standard skill nowadays. Regardless what we think in here, her usability is phenomenal. And if you were able to test her in the guild quest, right, that we are currently having in the Nightmare Quincy, she did exceptionally well, right? Regarding the build for today, I don't like to have glass cannon builds on my normal attackers, and I don't like to run full stamina damage on my normal attackers either, regardless if we have a barrier or not in the team, regardless if we have healing, stuff like that, right? I only run full stam and, you know, like more full stam normal attack damage and stuff like that on my normal attackers whenever I'm playing like guild quest, because I know for a fact that, like, you know, right there you need the max amount of damage, you know, you need to keep your full stam, blah blah blah, you get the point. But in co-op I play, you know, with like a little bit more health. I like to have some damage reduction on myself. I like to have some this and that, right? I like my sprinter on my normal attackers and not long stride. And yeah, man, that's the reason why we are not having hollow bait on the Nemu, and that's the reason why we are gonna run some damage reduction as well, because you can play careless, right? You can dash around, you can have some fun, you have a lot of health, you have a lot of defense, you have your attack still, so you will still do a lot of damage. The other normal attackers that I play are like Tsurugi and Quincy and stuff like that, and even these are built with like damage reduction, you know, even though like Tsurugi is ranged with a barrier, Quincy is melee, of course, TR, defense, stuff like that, but I do play those, and I like to have these, you know, not limited links on myself. Again, for guild quest, and maybe here and there for like epic raids, if you change it to full stamina damage boost to maximize your damage, that's very understandable. But yeah, man, in co-op I feel like it's so much better to play like this. Okay, loading into the co-op link slot trials. The only thing we don't have right now is the access to hit the hidden enemies. I still could be okay, right? Like, it's still fine. And again, remember, we are not running any full stam damage, right? Still amazing damage, crazy damage, and in case we are getting hit, right, there is no difference. Like, they are just not gonna do any damage. And even if they do, like let's just see, what can they do? 90 damage, right, bro? 90 damage without booster, right? So I can just sit still nicely and attack, and that's it. Sometimes I dash a little bit, no one cares. We're gonna pick up the health as well. You see, like, it's so much better to play like this than to have like the glass cannon build and like die from like 2 hits, right? Who cares, bro? Like, you're a normal attacker, you're not supposed to like clear the waves in like, you know, with like lightning speed. You get me? But I mean, even though we are not supposed to do that, right, like, we are still doing like very good damage here. And I feel like I could play this a little bit better, especially using my strong attacks, because remember, even though we are not activating the gauge with the strong attacks, we are still getting points for using them, right? Boss fight, we can keep the distance, and if that's not the case, we can just sit still. No one can paralyze us, no one can weaken, no one can do anything. We have a lot of health, you know, we just go in there. GG's. You know, you see it's already the boss fight, no div. And you can do the same thing in any other missions. Except I guess like epic raids, because right there you have like instant kill maneuvers and you die from like an attack. But yeah man, right? Especially when playing co-op, I would highly advise you to play these normal attackers with like a little bit more health, and that way it's gonna be so much more fun, right? Again, this is just co-op. Probably wasn't like the fastest thing ever, but I still feel like it was very easy, very nice. I like this ending pose so much. She's so cute, bro. Come on now, man. 150, again, not the fastest. You can do it faster, but yeah, man. Utility is there. If you're a team member, you know, team player, stuff like that. Utility is there. Barriers are there. You're never gonna die with Nemu. You're never gonna die with these newer normal attackers. I did play her, of course, in the current guild quest as well. This was my team with Retsu, Nemu, and Hisagi. Hisagi holding the Mugetsu, and she was performing exceptionally well. Of course, in guild quest, you wanna do something like full stamina damage boost and attack on your Nemu as a bonus ability, or full stam and damage to the paralyzed, depending on like how we're looking like. Both of the options are very good to have. And on the links, you wanna make sure that like your damage is really there, right? So on the links, you wanna do like full stamina normal attack, you wanna do full stamina damage, you wanna do you know, like the highest amount of normal attack that you have access to, and the highest Transcendence links as well. And yeah man, you can see on the run as well that like whenever my Retsu, you know, my Retsu is only 1-5. Whenever my Retsu is, you know, struggling to like finish up the boss, Nemu is right there. She does like 2 attacks, GG's, right? And yeah man, you know how Christmas Neliel is, right? We were using Christmas Neliel for like such a long time, like for a year now, as a booster on like every single guild quest whenever you don't have a specific unit for it, because she was providing, you know, the barriers, she was doing a little bit of damage. Now Nemi can do the same thing, except she does a little bit more than Neliel. Again, I'm very happy how this Nemi turned out. She's my favorite female in Bleach, 100%, and we haven't gotten a unit for her for like such a long time. So right now, getting it, and it's actually very strong. I'm super happy, bro. I'm super happy. Ultra epic raids, of course, you know, I played it with Nemu. She did again phenomenally. You have the barriers, you know, you have the survivability, you have the damage to do it, and you're ranged as well, right? Being a ranged normal attacker always gives you that safety, right? Like that you can hit the boss from far away and you don't need to get close, especially in raids like these. Whenever you have like AoE instant kill maneuvers around the boss, you can keep your distance, you can keep attacking, and that is very nice to have. I don't want to keep repeating myself all day, so we're gonna call it here. Again, 10 out of 10, 100%, like 10 out of 10, everything that I wanted regarding a Christmas Nemu. Amazing to play, very fun, super cute as well. The thumbnail, you know, the splash art for Nemu is super nice as well. Model, everything, right? Like animation, stuff like that. I'm very happy about it, and I would like to get more copies in the future, you know, to make her 5-5 one day. Of course, it's not gonna happen right now, but maybe one day, right? Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day wherever you are. Take care, and bye-bye.
どうぞお届け物です。お待たせしました。急ぎましょう。これで最後です。